So this is the final preview of the season, Newcastle United versus Liverpool. So guys, today back from another video on the channel today, and we're here for the final preview, the final game of the Premier League season, Newcastle United versus the champions of England, Liverpool. The sake of some of the players at Newcastle United is a massive game. Liverpool want to end their fantastic season with a win, so it will be an interesting game. It's not going to be the biggest game of the weekend. There's much more games to focus on, but obviously we're going to be focusing on Newcastle United versus Liverpool. Make sure you leave a like, lads, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The final game of the season, it's a bit emotional because for the next 5 to 7 weeks, I think it is, I'm just going to be making videos on a couple of pre-season games, like the fixtures coming out, transfers. There's not going to be any more games for the next until September the 12th, which is going to be mad. But let's do this preview now for the final game of the season. Let's look at Liverpool. So we all know what Liverpool have done this season. They've won the Premier League. They've had a fantastic season, Liverpool, and yeah, they haven't done great in the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, the Champions League, but this is the one they wanted the most, and it was the Premier League title, that medal wanted around the neck of every Premier League player. That's all we want. Newcastle United would love to win a Premier League. Every club in the Premier League would want to lift the trophy, and Liverpool have done that this season. Unfortunately, they can't get 100 points. They can only get 99 if they beat Newcastle. So let's see if we can do anything. All the players have still been on the drink. So any Liverpool fans watching, are you confident for this game? Because Newcastle United might think, right, it's our final game of the season, and in our last 3, since we got promoted back to the Premier League, we have won every last game of the season. Well, obviously Barnsley in the Championship, then the Chelsea 3-0, and then the Fulham 4-0. So look at the last games of the season we've had. And then before that, we beat Spurs 5-1. Before that, it was the 2-0 Gutierrez. Like, we love the final game of the season. We always win on the final game of the season. So let's fingers crossed we can do something against Liverpool. But we'll look at Liverpool's last 6 games now. Starting off, we had one that got beat 4-0 to Manchester City. A big 2-0 win versus Aston Villa. 3-1 win versus Brighton. A 1-1 draw against Burnley. Got beat to Arsenal 2-1. And then a big one when they lifted the Premier League title. A 5-3 versus Chelsea. So yeah, it's understandable that they haven't had the greatest of forms for how good they are. They have lost to Arsenal and Manchester City. So obviously they are decent teams. Arsenal obviously are not great this season. They've had a great season, but before that Manchester City game, they've already won the league. They want to just probably took the foot off the gas thing and right, I don't want to get injured. I want to be lifting this Premier League title in full fitness and I want to be playing. So they probably want to took the foot off the gas a little bit, but Liverpool fantastic. Jurgen Klopp needs a lot of respect. What he's done at that football club is amazing. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of Liverpool fans and football in their football club. I'm not a fan of Liverpool. I've never really liked them. But I love Jurgen Klopp. I love the set of players they have got. 10 years ago, Roy Hodgson was scared that he could have got Liverpool relegated from the Premier League. Like, that is massive. One of the biggest teams in the world. And Roy Hodgson thought he could have got them relegated. They finished 10th under Brendan Rodgers in the 15-16 season. And then Klopp came in and Klopp changed it. And Klopp, yeah, obviously he hasn't, his first season, his 16-17 season, Liverpool done what they had to do. They got Champions League football. But they got the Champions League final. He's done a massive bit for Liverpool Football Club, and he'll go down in Liverpool history 100%. His joy as well for football is absolutely outstanding. I wish we had a manager like that. I really wish we did. But let's look at Newcastle United now. So now looking at Newcastle United, it's a massive game for some players at the football club. Joe Linton needs to show what he can do, because if he doesn't score as a bad performance, that means one thing and one thing only: we need a new striker. And I do think we need one anyways, but I feel like it's massive for him. The loan players, every loan player should play in my opinion. Bentaleb, there's issues probably with his wages. We want to sign Danny Rose or Willems apparently, and Lazar was thinking about a move to Newcastle but questioned it because he hasn't had enough game time. But obviously with Newcastle United, our injuries haven't been great. We've got one fit centre half, and what Steve Bruce said, he feels like Kel Watts could make his Premier League debut against the champions of England. It would be massive if he could start, and I hope he does. We've got nothing to lose. The lowest we can finish is 14th. Start the lad. Start him. Give him some confidence. And if he has a decent performance against a very good Liverpool team, you'll think, well, if I can do it against Salah, Mane, Ronaldo, Trent, all them players, he can do it against any team, and I really hope he does start. But let's look at my predicted team. Obviously, I normally do these separate videos, but I thought the final game of the season, we'll just make a big preview together. So, Ingo Martin Dubravka, obviously he'll start. Right back, Manquillo, I think will start. I think Yedlin will not play, and he probably won't play for Newcastle United again. Emil Kraft is out for the game. As I've said, Kel Watson centre back with Fernandez. Left back Danny Rose, we're only left back we've got. Centre midfield, it's so good to see Isaac Hayden and Sean Longstaff are all back in training. I feel like Hayden will start. We've missed him massively in the last couple of weeks. And John Shelby will start because obviously he's our vice captain, and he's the captain at the minute because obviously Lascelles being out, so you've got to start him. Lazaro for me needs to start. He needs to show what he can do. If he doesn't start him, I feel like that'll be it. It's their last games at Newcastle United. Danny Rose, yeah, we might sign him. Lazaro, I can't see us spending 20 million on him when we could be getting Ryan Fraser on a free. Like, we're not linked with Fraser, but I mean, we could just try and get Fraser on a free rather than spending 20 million on Lazaro. So hopefully that he does perform in his final game for the club. Maximan on the left, Miggy in the cam, and as I've said, it's a big game for Joe Linton. For me, he starts up top. For me, Dwight Gale's been on decent form since the restart, but for me, you start Joe Linton, give him that little bit of confidence, make sure the manager's backing him, and if he does get a goal or anything like that, let's just pray he does. Lads, it's the final preview in a long time. It's going to be sad. I could cry. It's the final preview, but obviously the game tomorrow, it's a massive one. We're wearing the new kit as well, so that should be interesting. But final game tomorrow against the Premier League champions, and from then I'll be making videos on the stuff that comes out, so the fixtures, the away kit, transfers, third kit videos, the pre-season matches if we have any. But obviously I need a little bit of a break. It's been a very stressful month for me from the restart. I've been going to work and I'll be coming back making videos, and I do need a little bit of time off. So if you know why there's no videos, that's the reason why. But let's hope Newcastle United can get a result tomorrow. How are the lads? See you all tomorrow for the game.